Welcome to Toffee TV. We've got the breaking news that Everton have made the signing. It's Cenk Tosun. It is Cenk, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's Cenk.
You told me Cenk, then Schenk.
Cenk. I'm going to go... I just like going Cenk.
Yeah.
So, Cenk Tosun from Besiktas, which has won us loads of new fans.
If
you go on there...
20 million.
If you got... What we've got... We've got 20 million. Well, we will need a 60,000 capacity then, no matter what anyone says. And then we signed them. Centre forward, much needed. Took a little bit of time to do, but you know what? Anything worth doing is worth doing right and taking that little bit of extra time. Isn't that right, Baz?
Has it took a bit of time though? Really? In terms of transfers?
Mate, in the modern day, anything that takes more than 4 seconds is taking time. So
I was going to say.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of them, isn't it, where anything that gets out into the media, which things do very quickly now, seem to drag on because we are aware of them from the very, very start. Whereas in the old days, before the old internet and all that, then probably wouldn't have. You probably say, actually, just over a week's actually, because that's what it seems like it's taken.
They flew out last Friday, didn't they, to Turkey to actually thrash the deal out, so to speak, or get the outline of the deal in place. So it's 6 days really from the point when I met them.
It's less than that because they were obviously just talking to the monkey, weren't they? Not the organ grinder, because you know, he'd been on holiday and he flew into London in the last few days, and it's been done. And you know what's great is that, you know, before we talk about that the player himself as such, this lad seems really keen to want to sign for us. Which is really good. He's been in London for the last few days on holiday and
visiting lots of barbers.
Visiting lots of barbers and Turkish. He could. I mean, he just could have come to. If he wants a Turkish barbers, Liverpool, there's one in every street corner. He'd be in his element. Although he looks like he might need Wayne Rooney's phone number for that. You know.
I like the Higuain look. Okay. Higuain, that's what he's gone for. The Gonzalo Higuain look.
It's a bit, yeah. And that's good. And another thing about him is as well, the really sort of promising or pleasing thing is seeing all the well wishes he's getting from the fans at Besiktas and how much they're saying how much of a good player he is. That's worth a little bit on its own, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm very reluctant to go overboard with excitement on any player anymore. Given Pickford's the only one that's really come to fruition. But no, seeing that many fans saying how good a player he is, they're not sending us on a big one, are they? It's not like when we signed Martin, Southampton fans like he's amazing. Or, you know, I suppose we saw this with Davy Klaassen, a lot of people saying he's great and he wasn't able to settle here as yet. Hopefully this fella will. This fella's got the physique, you know, he's 6 foot, works hard. So hopefully he's got the right kind of...
6 foot and work hard, there you go. Baz doing the Opta report.
No, I'm talking about just the basics that you need when you come into the Premier League. You have to be able to cope with the physicality of it, and some players can and some players can't. And I was saying that just directly as a link to Davy Klaassen, really, and Sandro, who were two who come in with real high hopes, and both have struggled, I would say, with that aspect of the Premier League, just how physical and quick it is.
I think that's where they've struggled in particular. I think what's good is that he, like you said, physically he looks a good player. He scores goals. You know, he's got nearly a 1 and 2 record while he's been at Besiktas.
Yeah,
he's played Champions League football, which is really good, and scored goals in the Champions League as well. I think that's really important because people are talking about him, and saying, oh, who is he and what's he done and these kind of things. But if you're buying a player who's scored goals in the Champions League, whose team is actually going into the next round of the Champions League, don't forget, he's given up Champions League football to come and sign for us. I think they're really important aspects in terms of what do you expect when you sign a new player? What do Everton fans hope who do they hope to buy? What kind of centre forward? Now, we've gone in the summer and we've bought Sandro, a player who scored a few goals in the Spanish league, and we were all hoping he'd do really well, but hasn't kicked on. Now this lad, okay, the Spanish league is better than the Turkish league, but this lad's done it at a higher level, and for the money we're paying for him, I don't think that's a particular gamble now. When I still don't think that sort of 25 million to 30 million mark is now that expensive in this modern game. I just don't think it is. It might sound expensive to us, but I just don't think with the money that's bandied around and the money you get from TV, I think it's all relative. And I think 25 to 30 million now is a 15 million signing, let's say 5 years ago, and I think that's
15 million to us 5 years ago. But that's big money.
Yeah, maybe to us, but I think it's all relative. And I think when you see the prices players are going for, when you see someone like an Aubameyang going for what 70 million, well, he's like 29, isn't he? So Higuain went for 80 million, and he was what 27, something like that, maybe a little bit older. So it's I think what we're buying here is we're buying obviously potential, the potential to do well, not the potential because he's like a young lad, but the potential to do well. And when I think about who you could actually buy, you scratch your head, and I think you have to take calculated gambles and say, well, it's all there on paper what he's done. Scored goals in the Turkish league, scored goals as an international. He's got 8 and 25 for Turkey, and he scored in the Champions League. What else can you sort of ask for? I don't really know what you can ask for.
I mean, when you're looking at his goal, I mean, someone had messaged me saying, he's got the same amount of goals as Aruna Kone this season in the league. But then you can bounce that off with Nias has got the same as Alexis Sanchez in the Premier League. The other thing with that is, and my kind of answer to that was, but you're 4 Champions League goals this year he's also got a couple of cup goals. I think he's got 14 and 24 for Besiktas so far this season, which ain't bad.
No. And
he's in the calendar year, the 2017 calendar year at international level, he got 5 goals in 9 games for Turkey. So all better than 1 in 2 at international level. And that's all you can ask. We can only buy as good as what is available that will come to us, if that makes sense. Of course there's better centre forwards than him around, of course there is, but can we go and buy Higuain from Juventus? No. Can we go and get Benzema from Real Madrid? No. Aubameyang, we were linked with him, 70 million, 75 million. Could we get him? Is he going to want to come to Everton, who aren't in Europe and all that? I don't know. Might, if he just wants the wages, but it's unrealistic. So you've got to look.
There's not many out there, is there?
Well, the next level's all your likes of your potential with the likes of Dembele and people like that. I mean, we wanted Olivier Giroud. We couldn't get his missus out of London, so that we come up short in the summer. What was the thing we said? We've said probably since September, October when it started going, we need a centre forward in as soon as we can get one in. Well, what are we? The 5th, the 5th of January, it's done. 4th of January, what's the date? 4th of January.
I'm lost.
It's the 4th of January, and we've got our centre forward in. That's big for Everton. We know what I mean. Only 12 months ago, the manager had to publicly come out and have a go at the board because they haven't been able to get the Schneiderlin deal sorted. We're all looking at it now going, But just in terms of the club developing that way, but to bring a player in like him who's got the physicality of it and the potential, like you said, to do well, that's probably the bracket you've got to look at.
And also it's a player who looks like he's going into his peak years as well. I mean, 26, 27 in the summer. He's going into his peak years. So you're buying a player at the high end. It's not, you're not buying a player at 22, 23 for 26, 27 million, and you're buying a player at that end. We don't tend to buy too many players at that end either, which I think that's refreshing as well. And all we can do is hope that he adjusts to the Premier League. I mean, I think that's all you can say about any player. I think any player you buy typically will be good enough. It's just whether they adjust. It's whether they adjust to everything, life. Life. Whether they come with their missuses and their missus are happy and find a community and find friends and all. You know what I mean? It's like when
there's a couple of elite restaurants.
There's loads, isn't there?
There's loads, and they're really nice. So
but it's like all that thing where you buy a plate and you see they bring like the whole family with. Do you know what I mean? There's lots of things that have to be considered. But as you said, I think the main thing is that physically you can come in straight away and sort of be physically up to the task, and then that way everything else hopefully should fit in. And like you said, there's players we bought this summer. who physically weren't up to it. So the rest of the game just it doesn't matter how good they are, because if they can't cope with the physicality side of the Premier League, then they're stuck. But as I said, 6 foot, can play with both feet by the looks of it.
What I was reading, as you do your little bit of scouting and reading around the players and stuff, and one of the things that keeps coming back in about 3 or 4 different reports I've seen people talking about him from Turkish experts and stuff like that, is how hard he works.
Yeah.
He's a really hard working centre forward with a good touch and is strong. So that's all you can ask. He's going to need to be hard working at our place, because the amount of time we isolate players. But like you just said, good with both feet. I've seen him, the game we all watched a week ago. Everyone watched it. He scored with his left foot. I think he's predominantly right footed. I've seen him. I watched the montage last night when I was in bed. Again, probably watched it about 8 times, which you should never do, because those kind of montages had me believing the ass was George Weah and had me believing Sandro was Iniesta or something. But he's decent in the air, scored a few good headers, and his link-up play and the assist that he creates from working hard should make the fans warm to him straight away anyway. And that's all you can do, is put all the blocks in place for someone to be successful at the club. And you can't say it's a great signing because we don't know what he's like, but on paper, like you said before, they tick the all boxes off and gone, what is he like physically? Can he cope with the demands of the league? Well, he looks like he's a big lad, and they'll have watched him. What's his attitude like? Does he work hard? He appears to work hard. All the reports are that he does work hard. Has he got that pedigree of putting the ball in the net? Yeah, like you've just said before, he's done it at Champions League level, he's done it international football as well as 1 and 2 for Besiktas. He had, I think he scored 81 goals in 204 games at club level. So that ain't bad. And the start of that club level, he was barren first. So he's got better and better.
Also, what I would say as well, schooled in German football. He's obviously is German. He came through the German system, so he's schooled in German football. And what you tend to find is, and we've just seen this recently, is some German centre forwards don't sort of hit the peak till later on as well. So we've just seen Sandro Wagner join Bayern Munich, and he's like 29. A couple of years ago, no one really paid any attention to him. He was just a regular, but now suddenly it's just, I don't know whether that's a thing. Germany don't seem to produce that many out and out centre forwards, but when they do, they seem to have a longevity, and it's sort of like all the parts of the games build up as they're younger, and then when they get to like a little bit later into the 20s, they sort of hit the stride.
Klosser, he's still scoring goals at 38. Mario Gomez is still scoring goals now, still going. Podolski was still putting the ball in. I know he was well known as a younger player, because technically he was very, very good. But the other two I've just mentioned there were more centre forward, I would say, rather than the likes of Podolski. And like you said about Sandro Wagner there, getting that move to Bayern Munich as well recently. So we can only hope that he hits the ground running, really. I think that's what we need, and then he's integrated quickly.
The thing about it is, though, as well, everything that we sort of mentioned that he seems to be good at is exactly what we need in the team. A player who can hold the ball up, a player who's strong, a player who can bring other players into the game. And
that's vital.
And when you see the gap between our midfield and our centre forward at the moment, we need someone. We need a presence up there to allow that midfield to get forward, knowing that whoever's got it up front is going to keep it. Because I think that's been a big thing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin sometimes is great at that, but when he drops only by a 1% or 2, then suddenly the ball's bouncing off, and we've seen the same with Nias. He's more of a, he wants to be going towards the goal, not his back towards the goal. He's not really any good. And this lad, as we've seen, just seems to tick those boxes. Now, obviously, as we've mentioned loads of times, it's just whether he can convert it. And let's hope he does, because I think from all the things we said about him, he's a player that has got a little bit of everything of what we seem to love. We all love a tryer. It doesn't matter how good you are at Everton. If you work hard, we'll take you to our heart. Just look at Nias. I mean, as a footballer, my God. But we all know when he works hard for us, everyone will get behind him, you know. So this lad sort of ticks all those boxes of what we like. Hopefully he's sort of in the mould of a classic centre forward as well. You know, start getting a few crosses in there. Maybe we'll have someone on the end of them for once. So all we can say is we've gone out, we've got the man we wanted, and he's in now. And let's just see what happens.
The other thing, just very quickly before we go, is he might link up with players who are there now, such as Mike Calvert-Lewin might play great with him, because Dominic Calvert-Lewin can play wide as well, because he's such a hard worker. He might link with him, or Oumar Niasse at times, you know, providing he stays, because I think Sam Allardyce, if he can get another one in, would be prepared to let Oumar Niasse go up the door. But if Niasse stays, like you've just rightly said, Niasse wants to go that way, whereas someone like him can take it in and link. So we might, you know, Wayne Rooney knocking the ball in. If you're a midfield player giving it in, and you should be getting past them, Gylfi Sigurdsson, if you're knocking it into someone and you think he ain't going to keep it for me, you're not going to make that run. Or if you make the run, he's losing it and you're getting broke on. You know what I mean?
The other thing I would say as well is, I think he'll get a chance to settle in, because there ain't anyone else playing in that position as such. You know what I mean? Well, no, but you know what I mean. Like where we've seen like the Klaasens or Sanzo, someone like Klaassen come in a very congested area of the pitch. There's no time to almost settle him into that position. Sancho's just erratic, and there was all, you know, Calvert-Lewin's work rate was preferred because of it. But I think with this lad, especially with the way the season's going, it'll be a case of we'll just get suited to the Premier League for the rest of the season. You know, get us a few goals, and
then a good pre-season.
And then next season we'll see the very best out of you.
See, the thing about it is, you know, we're gonna anyway, regardless of what happened in the cup game, we're gonna have one game a week. You know, soon, which gives them all week to work on them in training and get to know everybody. So all I can say is, you know, it's what we needed, and the club have got them in early. So, you know, that's what we said we needed. I mean, we need others now, but you know, it's great to have that one in, because that was what we needed.
Done deal. One in. Thankfully, a centre forward, exactly what we need. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and what else do we need at Everton? Let us know what else, or who else, or whatever. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.